That's a lot of pressure growing up.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful. And it's funny. I had a conversation with one of my daughter's besties recently, her mother, the kid's mom, because this kid, I'm not kidding you, is taking, she's 6, violin, cello, soccer, swimming, ballet, hip hop, French,
that's
Spanish. And there's one more because I was telling someone else the other day and it was 9 things. And I said, and she was asking about the Harvard thing. And I said, I have to tell you, I said, let her play and have fun. I mean, you do you.
Please.
But I said, I really resent my mom in particular because there was so much pressure on me academically and I tell when people are like, well, what? I know you went to Harvard. I'm like, here's a good example. I didn't study for the SATs. I took them and I either got a 1530 or 1540. And
out of 1600?
I tell my mom I got a 1530 or 1540 and she goes, when are you retaking them?
Come on.
And I'm not kidding. There was, and
I
then
won't even tell you what I got.
At that point, I said, that is good enough to get into any of the 10 colleges I'm applying to. And I got in everywhere but Princeton, where I was waitlisted. But I got into Yale, Brown, Dartmouth, Harvard.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then
are you a savant? I mean, are you like, do you have like photographic memory?
A little bit. But I don't think I'm that smart. I do have a bit of a photographic memory. That is true. And that is part of why I succeeded in high school, because I remember when I was, doing English, for example, I could quote just chunks of James Joyce's A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. So it almost feels like cheating in hindsight, because part of the reason I think my essays were so impressive, so to speak, in high school is that I could just remember verbatim, paragraphs of these novels and of course then tie them in. And, I'm not a dum-dum, but I don't think of myself as, I certainly don't think of myself as a savant or a prodigy. But what I am is good at school.
You're good at school. Yeah, because I think everyone, like, it really it weighed on me that I didn't get really great grades. I didn't realize I had ADD. I mean, really bad ADHD. No one ever had patience with me. So I couldn't focus. I just couldn't focus. And those few teachers that really made things interesting, or I was somehow got engaged, I would excel. Right. And I would be interested and ask questions and talk and be excited about it. But it was very few and far between. And
right, because given your age, this is really pre-Ritalin being more commonly used, there being any awareness really of ADD or ADHD. Yeah,
I was just all over the place, and it was just I thought, based on what people were telling you, you're just dumb, you're just not smart, you're just this, you're annoying, so I didn't get all that. I didn't get all that.
That kind of breaks my heart. And
well, I and I don't want to break your heart, but like it took me years of therapy to realize that I'm not stupid. Okay, my therapist would say, you wrote a script, right? How many scripts did you write? I go, I don't know, 20 scripts. You've written 20 scripts. You memorize your lines for the TV show, right? I go, yeah. You act, and he starts naming these things. So it's like, that doesn't really sound like a stupid person.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know. I mean, really? He's like, well, there's different kind of smarts, right? You're school smart, but you're also obviously smart. But I'm street smart. I read people's character. I'm a good judge of character. There's like a lot of things that I know I'm good at, but I don't want to go in celebrity jeopardy just because my friends think I should, but I think I'll just freeze because I'll think about the kid who wasn't very smart and and I have to perform. I have to prove myself. It just freaks me out. Part of me wants to just go on it and just.
See, I wouldn't do that either. I'm not great I also didn't grow up in America. So there's a lot.
You grew up in, let me see, Spain, Australia.
No, Spain, Uruguay, and Argentina.
Oh, but you moved. Yeah. You lived in.
I lived in Australia for 4 months in between my freshman and sophomore year at school in college. So that's when I was doing.
Gotcha.
On set for.
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
Claro que sí. Yo nací cuando mi familia y yo vivíamos en Barcelona y después nos mudamos a Uruguay y Argentina por 8 años más.
Bienvenidos a los Estados Unidos.
Gracias.
Sí. ¿Qué hora es?
Ahora.
¿Qué hora es?
11.
Let's see.
Once y media.
See. I remember my teacher in Spanish class, Mrs. Skinner. She'd go off and like, Mr. Rosenbaum? And I go, Como? No, Como. Como's how, right?
Yeah.
Or what, or something. So.